All right, guys, we are here. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to.
Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to A Blind Guy,
His wife,
Their Life Live. I'm Corey, the blind guy.
LaQuita Marie.
And we're here on this channel to share with you about how we do life as parents and as working together. And we're also going to show how we work with other people in our community. It's your chance to ask us questions about what it means to be a blind guy, what it means for her to be my wife, and how we do things in our everyday life. Today's episode is a fun-filled 30 minutes of meeting great people that are within our network. We're going to start off with Word on the Street, where we explore one of the Kwanzaa principles today called Ujamaa.
Ujamaa, depending on your accent, because it's a Swahili word. All 7 principles of the Kwanzaa celebration they come from Swahili. So Ujamaa.
We'll be talking about Ujamaa, and we'll also be exploring one of the fun slang words that's not just what you think it is. It's not just a regional thing. It's a word that we hear from all sorts of cultures and all regions across the country. Then you'll have a fascinating chance to meet a very, very wonderful person in our network. I'll tell you this, Miss Dorothy Steele, one of the actresses in the Black Panther, when she saw this gentleman, she said, "Oh my goodness, y'all bought the videographer, the film producer, and the bodyguard all in one person."
She really did. We were able to get Miss Dorothy Steele, one of the actresses from the Black Panther film. We got her booked here. Our organization was able to open up for her. We were able to host her, pick her up from the airport, have backstage time with her. We just spent all the time with her. And so, she was able to meet our photographer, videographer. He is our special guest today. That producer, James W., is coming up soon. So I hope you guys are ready because he's just a cool guy. So you're going to hear more from him later. We'll have an in-person interview.
He's going to talk to us about some of the technical things that we're doing for this year's Harambe for the Holidays Live. It's our live stream version of our annual Kwanzaa celebration that happens the day after Christmas on December 26th. And he's going to tell you some technical tips that he's going to do with us to help make this live stream of Kwanzaa happen this year. Now, LaQuita Marie, you're going to share some plant-based treats at the end. We're not going to give them away, but I tell you, they do taste really good because I tried some before. I'm always the test dummy for the food, and I'm usually never disappointed.
I wouldn't say test dummy because, I cook really good food. I'm a chef, guys. And so, a chef would definitely not call their food, their recipient test dummy.
I'm a food critique.
Yes, for my plant-based treats even. We've recently gone plant-based for nutritional reasons. We realized that we could really beef up our nutrition and we weren't eating enough fruits and vegetables. So this was a way to do that.
So tell them how they can partner with us before we move on to our exciting show for today.
Yeah, sure. You guys definitely can partner with us. You see it going across the screen. We are always celebrating right now because it's Kwanzaa season, our Harambe for the Holidays Kwanzaa show. Now, Atumpan is the organization that Corey and I founded 22 years ago. And so for the last, 10 years almost, or has it been 10 years? Anyways, for the last 10 years or more, we've been putting on Kwanzaa shows. This means that for us, we put it on as a stage play. And so you can partner with us. It's called Harambe for the Holidays. This year's show is called Successful Days of Fishing. It always happens the first day of Kwanzaa on December 26th. And so there are always expenses, which means you can partner with us. Simply Cash App, hashtag blind guy, his wife. Now, keep in mind, those funds do go directly to our nonprofit organization because Atumpan is a 501c3 nonprofit. So we appreciate your support. And we also appreciate you guys here this morning because, Corey, I'm telling you the comments, since you can't see, you can't read them, but Shine Bright says, "Good morning. Happy risings, everyone."
Shine Bright, thank you for being here and bringing us some dry weather this morning. Yesterday, one day you bought us 81 degrees. The next day you bought us thunderstorms and rain. Today we got some cool dry weather thanks to Shine Bright, shining bright.
Yes, and we've got Fenice here saying, well, good morning to you, blind guy and his wife. Hey there, Fenice.
Hey, Fenice, how you doing? I know you got your 20th cup of coffee in your hand right now.
No, she's drinking water. We know we are all supposed to get in our water as well as our fruits and vegetables. XpectoGo. There's a popular YouTube channel that you guys should definitely check out. You're going to hear more about that later. XpectoGo is saying good morning. And, everybody's just in there chatting. We've got Blind Guy, his wife, their life commenting. That's one of our Watoto, or one of our children, saying hello. Shine Bright is talking to Fenice, and XDMC.
XDMC, son of Byford, brother of Al. What's up, brother XDMC?
Hey, he says, Corey hit the lotto, a smart, talented, beautiful wife who's a chef also. I salute you, brother Corey. Thank you, XDMC, for speaking truth on this channel. We only allow facts. All right. I think that brings us right into our next segment.
It's time for today's word on the streets. Thank you for our musical effects back there on the Ballet. Today's word on the street features two of our Watoto, our middle daughter, Christiana, and our baby girl, Coco, ages 11 and 9. How you doing, ladies?
Good.
What's today's word on the street?
Today's word on the street is Ujamaa.
Ujamaa. That's the one we said earlier. And Ujamaa is a Swahili term that means what?
It's cooperative economics and sharing resources.
Cooperative economics and sharing resources. Ujamaa is one of the seven Kwanzaa principles. It's actually the fourth of the Kwanzaa principles, and it means working within your community to share resources and to support the local businesses all year long. And that's what we do through Harambe for the holidays, our annual Kwanzaa stage play production.
Absolutely. So when you hear Harambe for the holidays, Harambe means to pull together for the holidays. And the Kwanzaa show, there are 7 principles. And you guys say that word of the day is Ujamaa. That's one of those principles, means cooperative economics. Or did we say collective works and responsibility? That's Ujamaa.
Ujamaa is collective work and responsibility.
That's a different word of the day. What about the slang word of the day? Is there a slang word of the day, girls?
Finna.
Finna.
I'm gonna tell you the slang word of the day, and the slang word of the day is finna.
So finna, for those of you, that's
wait, you said finna. They said finna.
They said finna.
You guys,
like
you
like
F-I-N-N.
like fish finna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Shine Bright is confirming that Ujamaa is cooperative economics, means shop in your area, shop local. If you're Black, buy Black. There's a website, WeBuyBlack.com, if you're looking for Black products. If you're looking for Black products, of course, there's Atumpan Edutainment.com. That's Corey and I's organization that we founded 22 years ago. So thank you for that, Shine Bright. The folks watching, they finna go to Atumpan Edutainment, or they finna go watch XpectoGo's YouTube channel. They finna, is it Finna? Which one, girls? Which one do you say it is?
Finna. Finna.
So now the slang words even have it.
Now you can actually spell the slang words. Where down, finna is not a specific culture. It's not specific to a region. It's something that you hear all over the country, and it just basically means you're getting ready to do something.
No. I was told by these ladies here, Coco, you had a good explanation. Let me know exactly what finna really means. Does it mean you're about to?
So it doesn't mean that you're about thinking about it, or you don't know if you're going to do it. It means you're actually going to do it.
Got it. So finna is an absolute. That means you are going to for sure. Not those tricky words like I might, I'm thinking about it. Nope, finna is for sure. I'm on the way.
Well, I'm finna introduce our next guest. And again, this is all about our Harambe for the holidays.
So thank you so much, ladies. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Again, now this is all about Harambe for the holidays, Kwanzaa celebration. The Kwanzaa is an African American holiday, and the 7 principles are there as a way to guide the African American community throughout the new year, like a New Year's resolution. So part of the actual Harambe for the holidays tradition in the tradition of Kwanzaa is story sharing. So LaQuita Marie, do we do our 5-minute story now?
Give them a snippet of this year's story or one of the past stories that we've shared in Kwanzaa, because typically we do our we present our Kwanzaa as a stage play, which means when our special guest comes on, you are going to see some of what he has taken photos and videos of from last year. But Corey, if you want, you can go ahead right now and give them a snippet and lead right into the introduction of our guest.
All right, I'm fitting to tell you a part of the story for this year's Kwanzaa. Yesterday's live featured the beginning of the story where Sasuma the thief got caught stealing from the different merchants in the marketplace. Now she's about to get a fishing lesson from Sogalon, the fisherwoman.
Just so you know, Coco got it all right, Coco, from Fenice, because she had the absolute definition. And then Shine Bright says fitting to. That's exactly what it means, fitting to. So if you trying to get proper with your slang, go ahead on, start the story.
No.
Wait a minute. We have to give you a proper production. And now we're ready for Corey's 5-minute story time.
In yesterday's story, Sasuma got caught stealing from the marketplace, and Sogalon the fisherwoman agreed to teach her the ways of fishing so that she could earn an honest living. Let's go to the riverside to see what happens.
Your own music.
Got my own music. Sasuma the thief met Sogalon the fisherwoman at the river and was prepared to learn how to fish. Sogalon said, "Okay, Sasuma, first we must cut the reeds in order to build your traps to catch fish." Now the reeds were green and hard to cut with her knife, and Sasuma didn't like doing the work, so she tried to find a way out. She said, "Ow! Oh!" Sogalon said, "Sasuma, what is wrong?" Sasuma was hunched over, holding her back, saying, "I hurt my back bending over and stooping to get these reeds." Sogalon looked at Sasuma and said, "Sasuma, if you want the gold, you must share the work. Cut the reeds, we will build the traps. So you must help." Sasuma said, "I am helping you, Sogalon. I have a sore back for you so that you don't have to get one. So now you owe me by cutting all these reeds by yourself." So while Sasuma lay down for a nap to rest her back, Sogalon cut the reeds to build the traps for the next day. And that is how we're going to close out our story session. Stay tuned. Tune into our next live on next Wednesday to actually hear more of the story of a successful day of fishing. But now I'm fitting to introduce our special guest of the day. This special guest is a very talented gentleman. He's a great friend of ours. He's a popular YouTuber. He's actually a videographer, a photographer,
a dad,
a husband. He's been a football coach. He's been a football player. We're not going to mention his wretched team that he likes in the professional league, Dallas Cowboys. But anyway, with that being said,
wait a minute. Your team doesn't.
We don't even have a name right now. So with that being said, we are actually going to bring on what we call videographer, photographer, YouTuber, and bodyguard all rolled into one. Today's special guest, Mr. James W.
Hello.
Hey there, James. How are you?
I am doing well. How about you guys?
Doing great. James, thank you for being here. We're going to jump right into our questions.
Yes, because people are clapping for you. We got XDMC clapping. Shine Bright says she loves the stories, Corey. And she's also welcoming you, James. So welcome. First question. Here we go.
James, you have worked with us quite a few times on quite a few occasions. And what was your experience with Kwanzaa prior to working with our dance theater, Atumpan Dance Theater?
Now, just so that you know, James, I'm going to be sharing the screen so that while you talk, I'm going to show some of the photos from last year. At least I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go for it. Go ahead and then you can answer the question and we're ready.
So honestly, my experience with the holiday like was non-existent until I met you guys and started helping out with the performances and producing and editing and stuff. And so, it was an eye-opener, honestly. And it was so cool to see, especially the promotion of just the principles you guys preach around this time of year. And those are teachings, those are promotions that I think everybody, no matter what you look like, should apply in their lives. And those are the things that kind of stuck out. Obviously, also just the dance and the storytelling with that as well. Like it's amazing. So before I met you guys, had no experience, none whatsoever, except from what I learned at school. So
that's cool. And like I said, that's a great thing about our work. We love to introduce people to different things, and that works out for everybody because they can continue the message on their own. But James, you were there. You have been part of the struggle bus with this, bringing the set in, loading the set, building the set, lighting the set. But this year, since everybody's going virtual, everybody knows about the Round and Round and how that's making everything, taking a lot of people into the virtual world.
Yes.
We're doing a live stream this year. Tell us how you're doing something a little bit different with us.
And just because you just mentioned all that strong arming we did, Shine Bright did put a few strong arms there. As James was coming in, she's seen his brother in action. She knows his work is strong. He's a good guy.
So like this year, obviously things are a little different, and with keeping up with the production, you guys wanting to still bring out this awesome production that you guys have on a yearly basis, there's a little tweaks we had to do. Normally I have to deal with an audience and having to work with sound and making sure a lot of that is synced out, because audience kind of might interfere or even add to an experience like this when editing or videoing a performance like this. This year, we had to do something different, and you guys came up with an awesome idea in regards to applying a green screen. And what's so clutch and what's so great about...
Wait a minute. Corey is waving his hand about the green screen. James, please admit on public, all around the world that it was my idea.
Yeah, right. Okay. Seems like everything else, we get husbands get co-opted and everything. I'm glad I thought about that. I'm glad I told you to think about that out loud.
Hey, I don't know who said it first. I can't remember that far, but it was from you guys. So,
right. And I'm just going to go through some of the photos from last year's set that we had to bring in and all of that while you talk to us. So, explain to us about the green screen, because last year was a full set, and then we had two different stories. So last year, the first half of the show was the actual first story. Then we had intermission. The second half was a different story. This year, the first half, we will be going through the principles. We'll still have our welcome. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come back here to our welcome, where we pull people up on stage once we are done with our welcome. So that's where, we had our group on stage doing the welcome. Then we moved on into bringing our guests, and we had students there watching, and you see the set behind them and around them and in front of them, and people came up out of the audience. So tell us about the green screen versus this physical setup.
So with a physical set, because I have a background in performance, actually. And so understanding how a set is supposed to be an extension of the overall storytelling that you're applying, whether it's through dance or whether it's through words. And with a physical set, practical set is what they usually refer to it in Hollywood. You have to make things. These are like shape, these are form, these are heavy sometimes, depending on how big your stage is, depending on how big your set is. And you only have a certain amount of time to put it up, take it down, because you have to pay for amount of time at a certain studio if you don't have your own already. So it's a lot of work just hauling all that stuff back and forth, storing it for a year, and then applying it and putting it back out there. This year, though.
I don't know if you're talking about us or just everybody, because you just told our whole story, like you're saying, renting set pieces, having our own set pieces, going to the storage unit, and the storage isn't free. The set pieces aren't free. The props, the costumes, these things do not fall out of the sky. And so can you tell us a little bit about your performance background as well? Because I think people will find this interesting.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who don't know, I actually have 15 years plus experience in classical ballet. My parents got us into it early on. My sister actually dances professionally. My brother does as well. And I did it for a while. Had a scholarship to the Dance Theater of Harlem in New York. And I wanted to pursue football. And so I know about costumes, I know about stage, and I know about the preparation it takes to set up a production like this. And there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of volunteers needed because sometimes you can't afford to pay so many people, especially when you're dealing with a big production. So, this is where the people, the families, the people who volunteer, who are part of Atumpan are so great because it's a family. And anybody who's in a production understands it's not just the workers, it's everybody involved, the parents, the kids, the aunts, uncles, everybody. So that's how it goes.
And that's on the screen. Fenice is saying, tell the truth, James. Tell the truth, shame the devil, because all of those expenses and everything that you're saying are absolutely true. We do have adults that perform with us. We do have teenagers. We do have children. So we have the full gamut of, and we've had seniors. Like, we have everyone. We have people that are definitely over 50 years old in our arsenal. So my point is that, we have folks out here that are celebrating you as well. Shine Bright says, wow, a king of many talents. People don't expect that. They're like, wait a minute, you're like the security guard. For anyone that hasn't ever seen you, when Miss Dorothy Steele from the Black Panther show, from the Black Panther film, when you came over to take pictures beside her, because you were the photographer for that day.
Yes.
Bring up those pictures too. I should have brought those up. And so when you were the photographer, you came over, you were like, let me get a picture with the film star. And she took a hold of your arm, and with her being like, it's so funny, she was so hilarious, because she was 90, how old is she? 93. She was 93 or 9, how old was she at the time? I think she was 92.
Yeah.
Or she was 93 at the time. But the point is, she said, oh, y'all, she felt those guns on you. And she said, y'all brought the security guard and the photographer all in one. So definitely we appreciate your work. Now, as far as your YouTube channel is concerned, can I go there now just to kind of show people what that's all about?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Tell us about that while I go there.
Okay, so basically, me and my wife, we are nerds, or whatever you want to call it, and we enjoy particularly the Harry Potter universe, and we got the idea to start a channel based around this game that was coming out 2 years ago. The game is out now, and it's called Harry Potter Wizards Unite. We cover it extensively, and because of our coverage, we've actually partnered with the makers of the game, WB Warner Brothers and Niantic. These are two big, great companies in San Francisco we're partnering with. We get promotional stuff to market their product. We actually get early information in regards to events coming up, so we're the first to know what is going to be happening. And that's been such a blessing to do. It's got my foot in the door in regards to understanding YouTube and understanding production and editing and even marketing your product, because when you start a channel, it's something that comes out of nowhere. And so you have to continuously work on marketing your product and yourself as a commodity when out there trying to get sponsorships from these companies like Warner Brothers and Niantic. So we've had the privilege of doing this for 2 years. My wife and I, we built up a great community, and we love it. We love it very much.
Yeah, and you've traveled because of it. I don't know if you can see, but we are scrolling right on your channel now. And you know, Harry Potter Wizards, Potter Wizards Unite. You can go out that side if you need to. And so what's happening here is we have your channel pulled up. We've got your video showing here. You guys have like 1 million uploads. Oh my God, this is so great. And you have helped us. I mean, you guys have all these different tips on your channel, but you have helped us as well. So with our YouTube channel, we definitely appreciate the help, and we definitely, you know, we can't possibly compensate you for your service, but you know, we try because we know that there is no free lunch. That's just not how things work.
For sure. And I mean, like you said, like they've flown us out to many of events centered around this game because they respect our reach into their demographic. And so again, it's just all about making sure you're putting the best product out there so others can appreciate it. And that's how you build sponsorships. And if it's something you're passionate about, that's all the more reason to continue doing something. So it's been fun. Right.
Well, James, we have enjoyed this today. This has been so great. Did you have anything to add before we close your segment?
No, honestly, it has been such a honor. Honestly, if you guys don't know, we're literally like met each other in the building, same apartment, like neighbors, and found out, oh yeah, you do this? Oh yeah, I do videography from time to time. Well, we're doing production, and you never know your sphere of influence when you meet people. And so always be kind to people because you never know what opportunities may bring because of that. And so because of you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for the opportunity to work with such a great program and to meet such great people and to see what you guys are doing or trying to do in the community. And I will forever be grateful. And I cannot wait for everyone to see the finished product once we're done with this year's show.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate all of your input, and definitely we appreciate you know, taking on this project. And Fanice says, XpectoGo, pretty awesome. You know, that awesome work for people that are watching the replay. You heard everything that James said about the expenses for this type of show. So we definitely encourage you to partner with us. Hashtag Blind Guide His Wife. We do have a 501c3 nonprofit organization so that you can even receive, what do you call that thing? Tax deductions, tax write-offs.
Something,
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of different terms for it, but basically we send those forms out to you for your donation. So we appreciate everybody. And James, we appreciate you today. And thank you. We'll see you next time.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you, guys. It is time for us to close out today with today's plant-based treat. So if you guys are ready for today's plant-based treats, then just, you know, rub your hands together, lick your lips. We're going to close out with this segment. Now, ooh, that was some good music to bring in this pizza here. Now, today's plant-based treat is a pizza. Now, this particular pizza, we definitely encourage you to try yourself. Now, you don't have to make your own dough. You don't have to make your own pizza sauce. You can always get a pre-made one if you're not savvy in those areas. You can also get a, what did I do? I had a jar of pasta sauce. And the way I make my jar of pasta sauce fancy is I add to it this Dollar Tree Walmart concoction. So this Dollar Tree Walmart concoction starts with a bag of frozen peppers and onions. I just put those into the pan. I saute it a little bit in water. Actually, you don't even have to add oil. If you want to add a little bit of oil, you can. Throw the whole bag in, and then you add it to your red sauce. I also get my basil from the Dollar Tree, as well as my Badia Sazon Complete, so that if you need either of those two, you can add those as well. And for the cheese, I did get the cheese and I got the tofu from Walmart. So you can always get a dairy-free cheese, smoked Gouda. I guess I should not have that upside down. Is it upside down? It's upside down. So you can either use smoked Gouda, that's my favorite, or you can also use provolone. So, put the cheese on there. I do buy the block of tofu. It's $3. The super firm is the best. The super firm tofu. I just air fry it or I season it and put it in the oven. Let it get a little crispy. Put it in the oven on 350. And that is what makes the toppings for this plant-based pizza. So we hope you enjoy. We hope you try it, guys. Let us know how it was if you try it. And we definitely enjoyed you guys being here today. We hope that you connect with us. And we have everyone smiling at this pizza. Shine Bright is smiling, as well as Fenice. Shine Bright, XpectoGo is even smiling at that pizza. Okay. And Shine Bright really likes that. This is at the Dollar Tree. Okay, $1. You can't beat it. And of course, you can do a lot of things with this. Now, Shine Bright is confirming that cheese is delicious and it does actually melt, because some of the plant-based cheeses, they just don't melt. For anyone that's ever tried those, this particular brand, it does melt. Is the Follow Your Heart brand. And so that one melts and it's flavorful. It actually has a great flavor. So guys, we are going to see you next time on A Blind Guy, His Wife, and Their Life. Thanks again.